Hello everybody, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh chat channel, and today I'm going to talk about card decks I think that are going to be possibly okay, or they're going to be the great decks of this format, at the end of this format, and starting early next format, depending upon what the ban list does to it. So I'll explain that right now. I think my dark horses are Six Samurais with Barkion, because Barkion can shut down pretty much spellbooks. They can just shut them down completely. Also, possibly Dark Worlds could do the same, but I just see Six Samurais with more potential to do this than the other decks. That's just my opinion. I just think they have more oomph than Dark Worlds do. Yes, they can use Deck Devi, but Ophion kind of says no to that. It's going to be a hard matchup, so I went with Six Samurais because I know Six Samurais is better than Dark Worlds, and even though I've run both. But I just think they have a good matchup against spellbooks. As for Gravekeepers, they have a good matchup kind of against Ophion, and if everybody's going to be running Ophion because they don't want to face E-Dragons and Prophecy, which are going to be more expensive, they can go for Ophion, and you can use Gravekeepers to just hate on people that use Ophion, because Gravekeepers pretty much do not get affected by Ophion. Against E-Dragons, they are okay. It's not the great matchup, but E-Dragons are just crazy. Against Spellbooks, from what I've dueled with Spellbooks with Gravekeepers, it is a one-on-one fight. It's just whoever gets the better hand, which is pretty much, and whoever goes first pretty much is really the one that's going to determine the win. But that's with any deck. I just think that those two decks could be dark horses along with Dark Worlds. But I go with more with Six Samurais because of Barkion and the lockdown. The triangle format, it's gonna kind of be like the Teledad format, I guess. I played a little bit in the Teledad format. I hated it because it was such a fast-paced format that I pretty much just took a break from Yu-Gi-Oh for a bit. I pretty much became a buyer and seller of cards. I did duel, but it was just kind of crazy. But E-Dragons, with all their hatred and glory, but they need Dragossack, and if you can't buy Dragossack, then or Big Eye, you're kind of out of luck. A deck that I also think, I don't have a name for it, but a skill drain type deck that uses mental drain and soul drain could pretty much shut down some decks out there, I think, if run properly. It would have to be the proper combination of skill drain cards and a Seal of Old Calcos type deck. I've seen some regionals lately. I remember about a month ago. I don't know if the deck's gonna be good, but I just possibly see some type of skill drain deck. So that deck that comes from right field, and you're like, what the hell type of deck is this? One format type deck. I could see something like that possibly competing in this format. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody used Mental Drain with a Soul Drain or a Skill Drain combination and actually made a pretty decent type deck and competed very well. Spellbooks, Judgment Day, all that, Yuha, Hullabaloo, all that lovely jazz. They'll be up there too. They'll probably be number 1, number 2, competing with E-Dragons. Ophion pretty much is going to be the one that's going to say is kind of the anti-meta deck for this format, but I could see some black horses maybe coming in, but I think it's pretty much going to be Ophion, Elemento, and Prophecy, which pretty much is what you see in Japan, is E-Dragon, E-Dragon, E-Dragons, but I don't know, because as you've known in the past, TCG is different than the OCG sometimes when cards come over. So we'll have to wait and see, but I can see some black horses with a Skill Drain deck, a Gravekeeper deck, a Six Samurai deck. I could also see it in a Dark World deck, possibly, but they have a harder matchup against Ophion. But those are my dark horses, but I think it's mostly going to revolve around E-Dragons, Spellbooks, and Ophion. Possibly some wild card deck. It may not even be Skill Drain, but I could just see some combinations with Skill Drain, with pretty much an anti-meta deck, more than Ophion ever could be. Like a Soul Drain, Skill Drain, Mental Drain, Iron Imperial Wall, Seal of Orly Calcos, crazy type normal deck with Rescue Rabbit. Maybe. I don't know. A deck that could just pretty much go slow it down, cowboy. I mean, I don't know. I could see something. I've been playing with it in my mind for the last couple of weeks, toying with it. A deck such as this, but I don't know. If I'll give you an idea maybe that you could build something for this format. Forbidding that it's gonna be pretty much crazy. But till next time, everybody, take care. Seto Kaiba out.